What is going on? It's your boy Caleb here at Midway Vibes Chinwag Podcast. We have another amazing special guest, someone who also be clipping it up. Personally, he's my personal barber. He be getting me right every other week. You know what I mean? Putting smiles on people's faces. And we got Adan the barber.
Oh, do I go in?
Yeah, how you doing? How you doing? I appreciate you for coming on, man.
Yeah, I've been chilling. I appreciate you for inviting me to, have like a talk like this. Honestly.
Yeah, of course. Okay? So honestly, in all honesty, I just want to throw this out there, man. Like he started cutting my hair recently. Like he just recently started cutting my hair. Like I said, like 3 months, right? It's been 3 months.
Yeah, it's been a little minute. Like I just remember seeing you like come for the first time. I was like, hey, hell yeah! Like I know this dude. Like
Yeah, for sure. So he got me right like a while back. Like it's been a minute now, but I just recently started, and like just the first time like he started cutting my hair, like he was just like he was like asking me questions. I was asking him questions. It was just an amazing flow conversation. I was like, dang, this guy's like pretty cool. And then like little did I know, like here we are starting a podcast, and this is like someone I was for sure had to be on. So it's an honor for me to have you on here, brother.
it's an honor for me to be invited. And like, nah, I knew from the first time because you have like little motivational talks like with Snapchat or whatever.
Yeah,
And
sure.
I'm listening to it low key. I'm like, yeah, like this dude's spitting bars. Like I know that you're a genuine person. So I knew whenever you sat in my chair, I was like, I'm gonna have a talk with him because I know he's cool, you know. And I was like, and I knew that you had like a good mindset type shit where like we're on like we're gonna have a good conversation. So
yeah, for sure. And we did. It's been amazing because now we're here. And we're only gonna grow more. So that leads me on to like the question I have for you, because you're at such a young age, you have such dedication, you have a drive, you in college, I be seeing that you be welding, you be cutting hair like every day, you be going to the gym all the time. So what is it that inspires you? What gives you that drive to keep going?
honestly, bro, like wait, I wrote it down. I jotted down like little pinpoints
Yeah.
of where to go with this conversation. Okay, so
Yeah, for sure. Do your thing.
so like I guess I got it from my dad, you know, because like they're disciplined as fuck. They're like hardcore, you know. And my dad's like he's a hardcore ass nigga, you know.
Yeah.
And then my mom too, like it's because I want to take care of her type shit at the end of the day, and it's like you want your people to be good and like, and that's really like what motivates me. Is like right now is I'm just on little steps, but it's like it's towards something, you know.
Yeah. Well, good steps are little because when you're climbing the ladder, you take little steps. If you have them big ass steps, you're never gonna be able to
You can't be scared, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So where do you like, so you say the drive comes from like your parents? Like I could totally see like how it comes from your parents, but it's like if you have a passion for what you do, like I could tell, like it's just amazing to see you work. And I want to know like where that comes from, because it's amazing to hear other people's stories and they're like why they do what they do. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, where it came from was like, well, my dad was in welding, so that's what got me into welding type shit. Well,
Yeah.
what you and then the barbering, it was just because, dude, honestly, I just couldn't afford to cut. That's it. That's how I started cutting it. Like, that's just all how it was. But my mom really got me into like all different types of little shit. Like she got me little odd jobs here and there, and that's what made me like want to push further because like I wanted to like show her that it wasn't for nothing, you know. And then my dad like pushed me into like welding, and that was like the big shit, you know, type shit. So it made me like overcome like fears that I didn't even know I had. And then yeah, like it kind of like molded me because we'd have to get up at 4 in the. I'd have to get up at 3 in the morning, drive like an hour, dude, just to Austin to work every single fucking day. And
Like you had to, or you didn't have to?
I had to.
How long was this for?
That was for like the summer because I was still in school. Like it was in between transitioning like from school to vacation to school. So I would just work like my ass off. Like that's just how it is, you know. Like I bet you know as well.
Yeah, you just hustling.
Yeah, like that's all I ever knew. So it's like
sure. I see that hustle mentality in you.
You know what I mean? Like that's just where it's at.
Yeah. So what would you say is something that you had to like learn that you had to learn like in the hard way? Like, like there's just lessons you learn the hard way. And like what's something you took away from that lesson?
Money saving was hard as fuck to learn. That was something fucking hard. Like
I feel you.
ended until like a year ago, dude. And then time management now, like more than anything, you know what I mean? Like time is like it's going away, man, dude. And that's like some hard thing that you have to learn. You know what I mean? Like it's money and how to like fucking arrange your life to where like I don't know. Like,
arrange your life to where you're living your best life, but still getting everything done you need to get done.
Better quality of life, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I feel that. How have you overcame those? Like, how did you overcome those challenges? How did you learn from them?
I guess think differently about it. You know what I mean? Like, because back in the day, I used to think nah, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll just work my ass off, and I don't know. Like, I don't care if I buy this and that and this and that. Well, it caught up to me, dude. Like, it caught up to me because I was broke. I went broke quick. You know what I mean? And then time management now is like, it's like you have to realize that like what you do is important, you know, like even if you're just sitting down, like that's not like good. You have to be like thinking or something, you know, like you have to go. I don't know.
You always got to be growing or learning something and like becoming better in a way.
Hell yeah, like, but then you have to realize you have to come back down to earth. Like you have your family here, and then like you have to spend time.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like that's one big part. Like you can like be successful and you can like bust your ass and you can work and you can like have billions of dollars, but like you also got to be like connected to your family, your wife, if you have a wife, your kids, whatever it is you have. Yeah, I feel like you got to have that connection with them, because then like you have all this money, you have all this success, but for what? Like
it's like all those billions of dollars is like you just neglect everyone, you know?
Yeah, like you have all that, but at what cost?
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Is this how it is?
Yes, I know you've been working out. I know it's something like you picked up kind of like I guess it's a hobby. I guess people call it a hobby, but like I thought it was just a lifestyle, to be honest. But I see that you be working out. So tell me what's something that's like it's changed, like it's benefited you from. Like how are some of the changes?
Well, definitely like it gives me a routine. You know what I mean? Like because you have to manage your eating, dude. Like what times you eat and shit, like and how and what you're putting into your body, and that in a sense makes you a little more self-aware, you know, self-organized, kind of, if you will. So it's kind of organized my life, because I'm like, oh, I have to be, and I can't just leave dirty. You know what I mean? I have to clean myself, and it makes me like want to, like just plan out my day more better. You know what I mean? And that's something that's made me grow. You know, but it's also in the like mental, like, you know what I mean? Like, because if you go to the gym just like with the arrogant, like you don't even know what you're doing and you're just there just to pump like big weights, like that's not gonna get you nothing. Like to me, it's like actually learning how to do it right, and like and in what form, you know, like it's just, I noted it down as mind muscle connection, you know what I mean, type shit. You have to.
That's good that you can like connect it to something that's like means something to you, because it's a deeper connection within yourself.
Yeah, like it's just almost like religious to me, you know, just to go to the gym. I just fucking like I'm not even there. I just go because
yourself.
I mean, yeah, I just like to.
Right, what did you say? You cut out, man.
I said I just like to go like to the gym.
Yeah, for sure. I feel that. Like you're there for yourself, because like after you feel great.
Yeah, it's like reward.
Yeah, for sure. I feel that, man. What do you feel like is something in your life that you've had that's just like held you back? Like you've held you back. You know what I mean? It could either be in the past or it could be like current, like something you're going through now.
Held me back. It's kind of hard, like.
I could say for me, like personally, one of the things like I went through was like I just like that feeling of not being enough. Like I felt like I could be more, or like I had to give more, but like I didn't exactly know what I had to give more of. I just didn't feel enough in myself, so I felt enough overall in my whole general aspect of life. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because it's kind of like it kind of feels like the weight of the world on your shoulder, and you have to do everything by tomorrow. That's how it feels. Like,
Yeah.
and I felt that. I felt that, but I didn't let it. I didn't let it get to me. You know, like it's just kind of like the only things that really like I would say held me back was just not just being too stupid. Like I was stupid. Like because I was very close minded, if you will. You know, like
Yeah.
I was right, and nothing else in the world could. I don't know. Like I don't know what that.
You were set in your ways.
Yeah, exactly. Like
So what would you say? What would
like
you say broke that for you? What do you say? What do you say like broke that pattern for you? Like or broke your mindset?
whenever I realized that I wasn't shit. I realized I wasn't shit because dude, I was dead fucking broke, dude. I didn't have not $34 to my name, and it was to me it was a lot because I couldn't afford food, and I would dead ass like drive like down and like off of like looking at the gas because I had to put my last $20 out of my $30 that I had at all like in that shit. And I would look at the fucking food and I'd be hungry. Like I'd be hungry and I'd be like, one day I'm gonna be able to buy it. You know what I mean? Like one
Yeah.
day, but I was struggling. That's what made me realize like I need to be more open minded because I was like, where the fuck has this got me? You know what I mean? Like I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
For sure. So
Yeah,
you realize like all the closed minded, like your closed minded thinking led you to just like a bad lifestyle that you didn't want to
yeah,
live because like you wasn't able to make moves you wanted to make. Like you were
yeah.
struggling
Exactly.
to
I
eat.
didn't have there you go. I didn't have
The what?
the freedom, basically,
Yeah, for sure. We all
like to
want.
choose if you want to eat at home or go out and like and look at the menu and not even look at the price, just the menu.
Yeah,
What you want? Like that's the freedom that you want.
yeah, for sure. I feel that for sure.
Hell yeah.
So is there any questions you'd have like that you'd like to ask me? Because I remember you saying that you had some questions you wanted to ask me.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so I think that we all went through phases, right? Like I feel like I went through shitload phases, and
What?
high school. What
I couldn't hear you. You broke out. What did you say? That you went through what?
I said, I feel like I went through hella phases. Like
Oh yeah,
I
for sure.
person, and I would say, how would you describe your phases like in high school, and how do they influence you like today? You know what I mean? Like,
Sure. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. You even sent me this question. He actually showed me the questions, and I was like, I'm just gonna raw dog it, just because like I wanted to be caught by surprise. But I kind of feel like I should have looked over the questions now. But that's a good question. I would say my freshman year, I was very intimidated, so I was very just like get to class, do your work.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I was just doing what I had to get done, and I'd say like second semester of freshman year, I started dabbling with like the waters. I guess just of high school life. I guess it.
So,
You know,
what do you think high school life was like?
nah, because I was just living it up. Like I was just like I started drinking. I started doing other stuff. You know what I mean? Obviously illegal stuff. I was just wilding.
It's high school.
Yeah. But it wasn't like nothing crazy. It was on like I think like second semester freshman year. It was like maybe 3 or 4 times, but like that was like big for me because I was like I went from like really nothing. Like I was like a little bit wild in the junior high, but for the most part, I was like pretty chill. You know what I mean? Like nothing like of that sense. And then I guess like sophomore year, it was like I was cool. I was cool at the beginning, first semester, but then like I like went through some life challenges. And then I like really lost it. I like I like went downhill like hardcore. Like I went through a bad patch. I just went through a super bad patch. I was super low. And I'd say like I got into some trouble. So I had to go to an alternative school. So I didn't really have like you don't really have like something you could like really be because it's really just like you're just chilling there, you know what I mean? Like you're just trying to get your days done. So I'd say like through my sophomore and junior year, I don't think there was really a phase for me just because like I was having to like just do days. I was just like there chilling, getting my alternative days done. But I would say like the beginning of my sophomore year was kind of just like I guess in a way an emo phase, just like going through a phase. And I'd say that's how it was like all the sophomore, junior, and then like first half of senior year too. I was just like, I guess just in a way, like just stuck. I like in that victim mentality. And then like second semester, senior year in March, I was just like, nah, this got to change. And then I just switched my mindset, kind of like the way you did. And then like everything just started changing for sure. And I originally started with selling shirts. I would sell like custom made shirts, like the heat press, and I started doing that, and it just that like opened the doors to a lot of things for me. Not like I opened the doors, but like my mindset wise, entrepreneurship wise, mind like wise, it was just like stuff like that. And then I've just been growing ever since. I feel like I made the most growth once like I got out of high school.
Yeah, that's just how it is. Like, that's just how it is.
What about you though? What would you say your phases would be?
Dude, I was stupid. Like, my first phase would
My
have.
sophomore year, I was mad dumb. I was like, what? Why are you wilding like that?
Hell no. It's because I think the only reason I didn't fuck with all that, I guess, is because I was in soccer, dude. I don't know, like it just didn't really get my attention. Like, really, like I don't know why. Like, unless I was with friends and stuff, like
Yeah,
that,
sure.
that's okay, you know. But other than that, that was like really my athletic phase. You know what I mean? Like I was just like, okay, like that taught me like discipline, kind of. You know, like I have to show up on time and shit, and trying to overcome. And it's,
Yeah.
and
See, that's the thing. Like I was in baseball. Like what I don't I mean, I feel like it was pretty strict. But like all the other people at the high school say baseball was not strict, but like I was personally in it and I was like, nah, this is pretty strict. But I would say like I had that discipline too, but like I would just like have like in a way like a double life, you know what I mean? Like I was still like I was going hard in baseball, like I was in practice, I was still showing up, like you wouldn't even know, you know what I mean? It was just like I had like I just had that double life. It was crazy.
hell yeah, nah, but then like junior and senior year, like that's whenever COVID hit. So we had a lot of like free time, dude.
Yeah.
Like we could have joined class, but we also like signed in, and I didn't give a fuck. I left. Like it was horrible. Like I
Yeah.
would fucking on the thing with my shit. Like I don't know. I'd probably be the last student in class every time. And dude, and it kind of woke me up because like that was whenever my worst moments happened, but that's whenever like my most growing moments happen. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, for sure. That's the good thing about like being like whenever you down, like once you start getting up, it's like when the most growth comes.
yeah, that's the badass part. Man.
Yeah, for sure. So you said that's whenever that was like your wake up call, like your junior and senior year, like during COVID. So
My
describe what you mean by like it was your wake up call.
Okay, so like it was basically like a slap in the fucking face, dude. Like it was the beginning of this year, 2021.
Yeah.
And so I just recently started my barber business. It wasn't going too good, but it wasn't bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it got to the point where like excuse me,
Nah, you good.
like died and like shit was just not going my way, and then,
Yeah.
like that really like discouraged me. Like I was just like fuck, like I really felt down. And then after that, like I just started like getting haircuts like a motherfucker, dude. And then I ended up quitting my job and I was just working for myself like full time. And I was just like, that was whenever that really like that shit badass happened.
Yeah.
And then like barbering, like I went to go weld in Austin, so like that was even more better because like it made me feel good knowing nobody else was doing that. You know what I mean? Like I was like,
Yeah.
hell, yeah, going and like welding full time, and then like being a barber full time after that. Like it was just like
He was
it was
grinding.
just yeah, like it was just a good feeling. And I was like, should I ask for this? I don't care. Like I'll pull through somehow.
Yeah, for sure. I feel that. That's pretty cool though, because I feel like that's kind of like what happened to me. Like it was like the beginning of this year, and then it's like we just here and we like, damn, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I actually like I never expected like I would be meeting him and like having the conversations I'm having with him. Like we really like here, like you can't really get a grasp of like what we really talk about, but like other times like we like it's like crazy how deep we can go in conversations just about like either some of the most random things, or we could talk about money, we could talk about business, we could talk about goals. It's crazy how much like how in depth we can go, and like I never expected this, and it kind of just like it's just like how beautiful life is. Like you don't know what's gonna happen, like you don't know what's gonna who you're gonna meet in the future, like that could change your life. And I for sure feel like you for sure changed my life, man. You be giving me insight, you be teaching me things, you there for me, you helping me out, you getting me right with them fades. So I appreciate that for sure.
Yeah, you see, that's kind of like the gist of what I want to be. You know what I mean? Like just a all around person and like
Yeah.
doing stuff and like and I know that's gonna open doors for me and we're gonna help each other grow, you know. And I'm like, dude, it's like minded people, like that's just like the beauty of like you couldn't ask for better partners, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I feel that.
And then okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah, yeah,
If
yeah.
you if you could tell your past self a few words of like wisdom, what would you say? Like knowing what you know now and where, like how far would you go back? Okay.
Okay, for sure. I would that's a hard one. I would go, I feel like I want to go back to every year. I think I would go back to
It's okay.
this is a hard one. I would go back to, I think I would go back to age 15 before all hell broke loose for me, to be honest. And I would tell myself that you have to go through life and you have to learn through it, and you have to take life by the balls sometimes. And even though it sucks, you can't give up on yourself. You can't fold on yourself, because it's not only yourself you're living for. Everyone you've impacted throughout your life are like, in a way, they're connected to you. And whenever you let yourself down, you do something bad for yourself. Also letting those other people down. You know what I mean? What would yours be?
The same thing, but eighth grade year, so I had to have been like what, 13?
Yeah.
I probably just tell myself like bro, I'm you, nigga. You work hard as fuck and you're stupid as fuck with your money, bro. Like I'd be like, I know, nigga. Like, like I know what the fuck you're thinking right now. Like,
Yeah.
fuck. I just be like,
you was just making money to spend money.
yeah, basically. That's
Yeah.
all it was. And
It's good though. It's good though that you did that at such a young age, because now, how old are you? You're 18, right?
I'm 18 now.
You're 8, huh?
I'm 18.
Yeah. So now you're 18 and you already know, like, you can't be spending money like that. You know about the crypto world, the stock world, you know, like how you got to invest your money and be smart with it. And that's great that you learn that now, because there's people that are 30, 40, 50, and 60 that don't even know about that. And they're living the life that you were struggling with. They lived that their whole life. So it's great that you was able to learn that now.
Hell yeah, like I just had to wake up basically, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I feel that. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of like living a second life almost. Like
Yeah.
a whole
Well, I kind of feel like you have, like, I don't believe this like fully, but like in a way, it's like I believe this aspect. Like you have two lives. Like you have two lives. So you have one life whenever you're just like living, and then you have your second life whenever you have like your wake up call and you realize like you only have this one life. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, what are you gonna make of this one life?
yeah, that
It's
ass.
two different total mindsets.
That yeah, I feel like I'm a completely different nigga. Dude. I feel
Yeah,
that. All right. So I have another one.
for sure. Hit me.
Okay, so has anyone ever discouraged you when you started your own thing? Like, and how did you react? Like, how did you react to them? Like, did you say nothing or did you say something? Okay, and then what did you say in your head after? Like what did you think?
Sure. So yeah, I have had some people tell me some discouraging things. And I feel like I work a lot on my mindset, just because I just started working a lot on my mindset just at the beginning of the year, like around March. But for sure, they still told me things and it still got in my head. They still bother me in a little bit. Like now, I can't even like think back to an exact moment and like tell you like who said it or anything, just because like I've kind of like washed it away. Just because like holding on to it only like brings me down. But I could for sure tell you like I had people tell me like that's what you're gonna do, like you're not gonna make it. And I was like, oh my God, like you don't even know, bro. Like you
Yeah,
haven't
like
seen what I'm finna do. Like you know, I don't know, maybe like I'll be tripping out on myself because I'll be why are you doing all this? But then I'm like,
right.
nah, because like I can see it already. Like I see my future, like I can already see it planned out. Like it sounds crazy, like I can see it already. Like I just have to physically get there. You know what I mean? And like I know like it's not gonna be perfect exactly how I see it, but like I know what I want. Like I have that goal. Um and like I just want to get there. You know what I mean? What was your original question? I'm sorry.
Hold on. Let me go back to it.
Oh, it was. I remember. It was saying what was like what did I do whenever they told me? So they was. I think they've just told me like, why are you choosing that? Like you're not gonna be able to do anything with that. And I feel like that like it did affect me, and I was like, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I can't do nothing with that. And I feel like I just told myself was like, nah, like a lot. I've been counted out a lot of times, and I proved them wrong. So why is this time any different? Like it's just if it, and then I kind of just told myself, I reinforced it with myself, and I was like, if this doesn't work out, it's okay. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be the end of the world. I'm still young. I can recover from this. There's so many options that I could do if this doesn't work out. You know what I mean? So I was like, if it all fails, like I just learned from it. You know what I mean? But so far, like I mean, there has don't get me wrong, like there has been failing points for sure. There has been months where I haven't even been able to like I didn't even have enough money to buy CBD or I didn't have enough money to buy new pieces. Like I was just like I'm just not making it. You know, like so don't think it's like a straight success shot. It's not
Yeah,
there.
I like that. And
Yeah.
I know what days have been.
Like it's just, I feel like those are a lot of things that go unseen. Like about having like your own business, like people just think it's straight success, and it's not so much that. Um,
I relate to that moment.
yeah, for sure, and it's kind of just like you can't let it so much. You can't let it hold you back. Whatever they say, because like I have like family members that like joking around, they'll say something, and like it's cool. Like I ain't even tripping. Like sometimes I be doing that to myself. Like, but you cannot joke around with yourself negatively because like your brain can't process whether you're being serious or you're joking around. So it just hears that negative, and it's like okay, that's what you're telling yourself. And if you're not certain in what you believe in, so like say you have a goal, if you're not certain in believing that like achieving that goal, you're like curious about it and you're questioning it. So then your mind is like, well, can I actually do it or will I do it? You know, there's like the difference because like the people who say they can do it and the people who say they can't do it are both usually right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like having that mindset of like, even when they do tell me stuff, like I can just kind of like block it out. Um, I would say I can for sure say one thing though. I have goals that I've like I told people, like I told them about it, or like I mentioned it to them, and they like said like I couldn't do it, or like they laughed about it, and then like now I achieved it, and I'm like it feels so good like inside, you know what I mean? Like just knowing that like you counted me out, and it's just another time of the person that's counted me out. Like it's no big deal, you know what I mean? Like you can count me out all you want, it don't matter because I'm gonna work whether you working or not. I'm gonna work when the lights are off. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna work no matter what. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
What about you though? Because I'm sure you've had people like try to knock you. And how did you deal with it?
How it is, like it's not like at first it was whenever I was broke and like when somebody just said some shit that made me feel too anxious talking to this nigga, I didn't have money, you know?
Yeah,
And I was like, say nothing, you know? And then that was one thing that discouraged me because it made me feel like a little person, you know, like a
yeah,
little
for sure.
mind. I just had to like kind of get past it, but I didn't say nothing. You know what I mean? Like I was just like,
Yeah, and
all
that's
right,
the best thing to do, honestly, because like you don't want to drop down to that level.
yeah, exactly. But like
Like,
obviously, like, but at the time, like I didn't see it. You know, so
yeah, but it's good
so
that you can see it now. You know what I mean?
hell yeah, I had to open my mind in so many like I had to change everything, dude. Like
Sure. It's just showing their own insecurities because they having to talk bad about you because showing that they don't feel good about themselves. You know what I mean?
just how it is, you know. Like that's the way I thought about it. I was like, all right, man. And then
Yeah.
I started cutting hair, like you know how like bad barbers probably, you know, they're like, oh, don't go to them, they're gonna fuck you up or whatever. Dude, that's just what people would say about me. Like
Yeah.
it just barber started, you know?
Yeah. I feel like how are you gonna become a good barber without messing up a couple cuts?
Oh God, you know what I mean? Like you're not gonna be perfect off the jump, you know? Like you have
Yeah,
to
for
practice.
real.
The
They be
people
they be expecting you to fade with those mannequins, bro. That things are like plastic.
real people, bro. Like it's not the same, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's one thing that discouraged me, you know, because I would get days or weeks where I wouldn't get not one client, you know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
was like, oh, like, and there'd be like this, and that was whenever I didn't have a job or nothing, so there wasn't gonna be no paycheck, you know. So I just had to like,
You had to work for what you wanted.
yeah, exactly.
I feel that. I feel that. There's sometimes like it'll be jumping, and then there's sometimes like I won't have no one like the same way you, and it's kind of like, but then you kind of like question yourself, and you're like, what do I got to do to improve? Like, so this is actually I was actually questioning myself this about earlier, and I was like, how do I bring in more customers and clients, and how do I make them feel like a part of the family, so that they want to come back, so that they want to invite their friends, so that they want to like be like, you know what I mean? Like they're just like that loyal customer. And I was like thinking to myself, and I was like, how can I do this for my own shop? But I want to ask you that because I became one of your like you're my like you became more than a barber like within the third cut. Like you just,
Yeah,
yeah, like you just became like I became like one of your fans, like one of your raving customers, a client that I refer, like if anyone says they need a cut, I'm like, go to my boy. If anyone like, like so like I kind of want to ask you, like, what was your secret to do that? Because I want to create that with my customers, you know what I mean?
so, well, it's like kind of working around the customer as if they're your boss. You know, like you have to kind of make the experience better for them more than it is for you, and
Like
it's like any
so
yeah, anybody can cut hair. Like anybody, like it doesn't matter. Anybody can be behind the clipper. Like it's who the person is, you know, like who I am and what kind of connection I have with you. If I make you feel like you're just another client and I just like cut your hair and I'm like, all right, fuck off, you know, like, of course you're gonna be like, oh, well, fuck this nigga, like, well,
yeah,
like what I was just always, well, my like kind of mentality about cutting is like just getting to know, like just getting to know another person and kind of like make him as a contact more than just a client, you know, like because maybe he might not know me, but he knows a guy that knows a guy. You know what I mean? Like I'm like
yeah, like
this
that
and that.
networking.
Yeah, it's kind of that's exactly what it's called, networking, and that's one of my main things. Like that's like I have a lot of clients that have helped me like through shit. You know what I mean?
Sure, I bet, because like you meet a lot of people. That's that's a great opportunity.
Hell yeah, that's one thing. But other than that, it's just like making my shop feel more like a place they want to come to. You know, like so I try to put like hella like fans in here, whatever. Like I just try to make it, and then this like chair, I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. I feel you.
Yeah, yeah. But I wouldn't know how to like, cause you have a completely different business style, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know what you meant. I just wanted to get your insight on that because that's something that could benefit all of us, like anyone, not only like if you're in business, just overall in life. Like if you want to have a friendship, like you just want to you got to be able to be a great person to them in order for them to keep coming back because you can't be like an asshole of a friend and expect them to come back to you.
Yeah, exactly. Like, nah, yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, what made you choose the line of work that you're currently engaged in? Like what made you choose? I don't know. I guess making shirts over anything else, like or like I don't know. What.
Sure, for sure. So making shirts was honestly just something like a quick little side hustle that I picked up, just like off of something that was not expensive to start up and something that was very profitable. So that was it's not hard to start it. It was like I think it was like I dropped I think like $625 for everything. That was meaning the machine that cuts out everything for me, the heat press, a printer, paper, a big like I think I got like 50 shirts. Like I it's not a big investment to start. And honestly, I made that money back within 3 days of making shirts. So like yeah, so like it's very profitable once you get going. I will say though, you have to have steady hands. I do not have steady hands, and that is personally why I stopped making shirts, just because the shirts are supposed to take like 5 minutes tops. They're supposed to be like 30 seconds to a minute, like projects. But like I would be shaking, I would have shirts uneven sometimes. And like I'd have shirts, and like sometimes I'd mess up. So I'd have to redo the shirts. So I was just wasting product. And it was just very frustrating on my end. So I was just like kind of called it quits on the shirts, but just because it was just like a little quick side hustle, you know what I mean? But the CBD, I picked that just because of the benefits that it brings, like that calm feeling, that mellow feeling, that feeling I get when a customer comes in and they tell me that they felt good, that they were able to deal with something that they hadn't been able to deal with, that they were able to get some sleep because the melatonin or the CBD helped them, that they had a better day, or that with the CBD, like it's helping them, you know what I mean? Like I like hearing those stories. So it's just amazing to hear that, coming from people, knowing that I can be like in a way like a source to helping them become better, because like we don't deserve to live a life like of anything that's not our best life. You know what I mean? Like we deserve to live our best life on whatever your best life is, because your best life and my best life are two totally different things, but we both still deserve to live it. It doesn't mean just because we think differently that we shouldn't be able to get what we want. You know what I mean? Um, so I think that's just where it comes from. I think just wanting to help people, because I love helping people. It's just I love helping people, being able to like connect with people, because people come in and they'll just chill with me, they'll talk to me, I'll learn about them, they'll teach me stuff, and it's really amazing to have. And like I do have some customers like the way you have, like I have like the way you made me. Like I have those customers that we're just like family. And it's really amazing to have. Um, I would say I think that would be my reasoning. I think just the ability to be able to help someone and do something I love because of the benefits, you know. I love taking CBD because it gives me that calm feeling. Like I don't like being stressed out all the time. I don't like feeling at edge or like snapping. Like I feel like I have like a short temper sometimes, and I feel like the CBD kind of helps me with that, because like it just makes me feel like mellow, at ease, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You've taken the CBD gummies. How would you say they make you feel?
it just makes me feel like all chill, like just like
Yeah,
relax. Like I'm not worried about shit, you know. Like I'm just like
yeah,
chilling.
for sure, exactly. You just
Like,
feel unfazed.
it's not even. I'm just going through the motions, you know. Like it doesn't even matter. You know?
Yeah, for sure. I feel that. What would be your reasoning for why'd you pick your line of field that you're working in?
Honestly, I kind of like said it,
Yeah, yeah, I
but
remember, because you didn't have enough money to cut
you know,
cut cut your own or get your own haircut.
yeah, it started because I hate barbers. You know what I mean? Like I just hated dealing with them. Like I wanted a barber, and then like they would always be like booked up, or they were charging this, and I was like, all right, or they would do like last minute like declines, and I don't know what. And I'll just be like, man, fuck all you, like you know, like I come out here, so I just started
Yeah,
like I dabbled with it, you know. So I just started cutting my hair, and it was hard, so I didn't do it again, you know.
yeah, for
But
sure.
I would get haircuts frequently, and then I ran out of years, so I just with the last $34 I had, I stole some clippers from Walmart, dude. Like
Yeah,
I bought them, and then I took out the clippers, and then I gave it back to them, and I requested my money. Like, I was like, okay, I let like it wasn't like I basically took the clippers for free, but I stole them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I don't.
so,
I know. I feel you. I feel you. Like you was doing what you had to do.
yeah. So
I
that's
don't
basically
advise
it.
you to go steal, but I know what you like. You was just doing what you had to do.
Yeah, like I just didn't have money, you know. Like I was like, how am I gonna put gas if I just spent all my money on clippers? You know what I mean? So I just started cutting my own hair, and then I started cutting people up, and people would tip me, you know,
Yeah,
like $10. And then oh, sorry, I have a Monday,
yeah, for sure.
but people would tip me, and I would just be like, all right, cool, like this is going somewhere, you know. And that's basically like what made me start this, because I didn't like barbers, and I just didn't want to deal with them, so I was just like doing my own shit, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
So how would you say you started getting customers, like clients? Because I'm sure it was hard to get them for you at first, because you were barely starting off. You was That's just a struggle right there.
would just be like word of mouth because I just really had to practice with what I had. You know, like my friends would let me cut them up, or like my dad or my uncle, whatever it's going.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you just have to find a way, you know, to make it, and then what's it called? Well, like once you start to get a good enough point, because you have to be serious at one point about what you do. You can't just be like half-assing it, or you can't just be like just doing it just to do it. You know, like
Yeah.
you have to at one point like make it professional. You know, and then like as soon as I started doing that, like I just started thinking about it like more heavily. I just like got better at it, and I just made it like a part of my life. You know?
Yeah, for sure. Barbering became like your identity.
Yeah, basically, like I like hating barbers. I became a man. Like I was like, what the?
Yeah.
But
So would you say with 2022 or 2021 wrapping up, what would you say has been your biggest achievement for 2021? Or biggest achieved, like multiple achievement? You know what I mean?
well, at the beginning of the year, I had my goals, right? Like
Yeah.
so, my biggest achievement was I wanted to get a tattoo, and I wanted to get into college, and I wanted to have like 3 streams of income by the end of the year. You know, like things making me money. You know,
Yeah.
and then got all those things. Like I feel like that's the biggest achievement. Like I got into like to State, and I went like for my first year. So then I got my tattoo. I don't know why. Like I just thought that was like something cool. Like it is stupid that I wanted.
What was your tattoo?
Oh, it's just a quote right here on my chest.
Is it a location? Is it a location you could show us?
It's not really like I don't know if I can show it, but like it's like right here. Like it's all right here.
So you got a whole chest piece, like a half piece.
Yeah, like it's like half my chest. Like
That's crazy. How much was that bad boy? Did it hurt?
It was like an hour and a half, but it was
Hour and a half?
It was $200. This shit was crazy.
That's not too bad. When I was getting my tattoo, there was someone across from me getting a chest piece, but he was getting a full chest piece, and they was doing like right here. I don't know what he was getting done. I couldn't really tell. But they was like working right here on his like closer to his neck, and he like started shaking, and I was like, is he having a seizure? But like he was like going hard, like the tattoo artist was still going hard, and then like homie just passed out. Like he was going, and he was like gripping the thing, and then he's like out, and I was like laying there getting mine done. I was like, dang, is he okay?
Bro, like whenever he was doing my collarbone right here, like I could see him do it because I felt the needle like doing the motion, and he was going in, but I couldn't feel shit by that time. Like it was all numb, dude. I'm telling you, like I can't thing.
That was whenever it was like numb, but it was like hurting when I got mine. I have one on my leg, and it's like on my ankle, and like it was horrible, man. It was like I was like in a weird position. I was like laying on the table, and I was like holding on under the bar, and I was like holding on. And I was like shaking, and like he was like doing my ankle, and it was like jerking, like where he was hitting my. I don't know. It was horrible, but I actually want to have it. I actually want to finish the other side of my ankle. As bad as it was, I want to finish it. Here, probably this coming year sometime. Hopefully, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
What are so with 2022 coming up? What are some of your goals that you have?
I'm gonna be 19 going on to 20. So wait, no, I'm gonna be 19. Okay.
18 going on 19.
Going to 19, yeah. So I would have to say I would just have to rack up hard, like just grind it out just to make money, just for my 20 years, like by my 20 years old, like I'm probably like gonna be like able to save up to like move or some shit, you know, like just
Yeah, for sure. How are some of the ways that you plan to do that?
well with this new job that I have coming up, but like I haven't really started it, but I'm getting into it, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to go hard in that and like barbering at the same time. Like I'm trying to make it like better in here, you know. Like I've already told you like the kind of plans that I have for it.
Yeah.
And it's just little stuff that I'm gonna try to like grow, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah. Do you mind telling us what, or is it like more like you want to keep it low key until it's like up and going?
Well, now it's just like just making a barbershop more of like a shop than it is like just a girl. So just try to like just make this into like a little home and everything.
Yeah, for sure.
And then just with that job offer I was starting up, try to be really serious in that kind of environment because I see myself networking a lot in there as well. You know what I mean? So I think that's one way that I just think that I know it's gonna open the door for me. You know, like somewhere else. Like I just gotta look for it. You know.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go back to school. So that's gonna be interesting. You know, it's because school plays a lot of role into it. You know what I mean? It's because
Yeah.
I have to school and I have to deal with the barber business, and then I'm gonna deal with my job, and then I'm gonna deal with like, well, I'm gonna try to like, I'm gonna be in the gym like consistently. You know.
So you got a lot of big and upcoming things in 2022. You're gonna be busy for sure.
It's just gonna be like going at it. You know.
Yeah, full grind mode.
Hell yeah. Hell
That's great to hear. That's great to hear, honestly.
yeah.
Do you have, I want to ask you something. Do you have your goals written down? Because that is whenever it becomes next level, man. You should write your goals down and like
I have.
if you want to, set a deadline. Set a deadline and be like, by June, I'm gonna have whatever you want in your shop. Or like by June, I'm gonna have like however much money you want to have saved up. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. I fuck with that. I fuck with that.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have any more questions you'd like to ask me?
Nah, I don't really.
No? Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, I have one question I would like to ask you. It's kind of long. But I got this last one of these last questions. So if you were stranded on an island, a deserted island, what would you rather have? A map, a book called 101 things to do on a deserted island so I'd never get bored, a camera to take selfies, a companionship or a buddy, an iPod full of your favorite music and podcasts and etc. A tools to build a water still so you can have plenty of water to drink.
So, do we get to choose a companion?
Yeah, you can choose your companion.
Okay, well, it'd be a companion. I'd be the perfect island husband, dude.
You
Like,
be-
I would die. And I would build like a bamboo house just for us and like a little hammock thing. Like,
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Who would be your companion? Who would be your companion? Do you have someone off the top of your head?
I don't know. I wouldn't answer that like on live just in case, but
Yeah, for sure. Nah, I feel you. I feel you. Times are always changing. But yeah, I could totally see that you would need. Do you feel like you need like you value connection in your life? Like you want that connection with people, like your friends, your intimate relationships, your family.
yeah. Like I just feel like people are just the best, just to have around.
Yeah,
Like there shouldn't be any neglect with anyone, like we should just all be like just chilling. Like,
yeah, for sure. We should all get along, even if we don't think alike, we can still get along.
hell yeah, hell yeah.
For sure. Is there any advice you'd like to give me, give the people?
I don't know. Just don't think that like this. What's it called? Just don't be so close minded and just try it. Like just try
Yeah.
different shit. You never know.
Be open to new things.
Hell yeah, like that's just it.
Yeah, for sure. Is there any final words you got to say?
Nah, nothing.
Huh?
I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it was great having you, man. I look forward to having you on again. For sure. Where can they find you so they can come get a haircut by you? Where can they find you to see what you're up to? You know what I mean?
Adan the barber.
For sure.
ADAN.
For sure. Where's that at? Instagram, right?
Okay.
For sure. I'm gonna go ahead and link that too in the description. So y'all go check them out. He's gonna get you right with them clippers, you know what I mean? Again, I appreciate you for having you on, man. It was amazing. And that's it. Peace out.